Say what? You said what, Kevin Stefanski? Man, if you don't knock it off, I am over Kevin Stefanski and his BS excuses for Dillon Gabriel being mid. He sticks and seeds in the bag, and we all know it. You are going to die on the hill of Dillon Gabriel. I cannot believe what you said in this press conference defending this nonsense. You refuse to acknowledge that Shedeur Sanders should be in the game. Then we got to go to 92.3. We got King Carmen. They wondering, oh, well, why is nobody saying anything super great and positive about Shedeur Sanders in the building? He must not let more propaganda, y'all. It's more propaganda. We got to get into all this. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit the bell notification, hype the video. Let's get into Kevin Stefanski, man, because this is a joke. This is nonsense. We have him having a press conference. I don't even know why they do press conferences with this dude. He don't say nothing. He don't make sense. He act like he's hiding the Da Vinci Code. Like, bro, y'all suck. You suck. You're about to get fired. You should actually get in front of the podium and start explaining some of this stuff and what the hell is going on.
What are some of the things you like about his development, and where are some of the areas you guys continue to focus on?
Yeah, I think with any young player, you're constantly coaching and teaching, and you're teaching off of some mistakes on film, and you're also saying, hey, this is really good. We're going to lean into this. So that's a constant dialogue that you're having with Dillon, with Coach Musgrave, with Coach Reese, in terms of, hey, this is exactly how it's done. This is where the read is. I think so often what happens in football is you prepare quarterbacks and you give them looks, and you can't give a quarterback every single look in the course of a given week. Now, with turns and with reps and with experience, quarterbacks obviously can lean on those. So with a young quarterback, in this case with Dillon, you just constantly have to give him as many looks and talk through coverages as much as you can, and when it's there, trusting the reads and delivering the football. So
Man, this dude is just so full of trash. When they ask about Dillon, you can talk about Dillon. Oh, we gotta give him time, and we can't give him every look in practice, but we gotta get him as much looks as we can. And he's gotta see it, trust it, let it rip. But when they ask you about Shedeur Sanders, you know what you do? They ask you a question about Shedeur Sanders. Oh, well, for all of our rookies, we trust that they're working hard, and our coaches are gonna be better. We're gonna be better. We're working hard, and for all of the rookies, we're seeing that progression. They didn't ask you about all the rookies. They asked you about Shedeur Sanders, but you refuse to acknowledge him or talk about the fact that the people want to see him play. You refuse to say, he's doing pretty good in practice. He's doing everything we asked him to do. You act like he don't exist. When they ask about Shedeur, you want to talk about everybody else, but you got these detailed nonsense excuses for why Dillon Gabriel stinks, and it's because it was your pick. He should have never been a top 100 pick. He had no business being drafted in the third round, and you can't accept it.
I think there's some really good things that continue to go on, and then we just, as an offense, obviously have to do our job all around that position to have success as an offense.
How much do you balance what is on the quarterback and what is on offensive line, wide receiver, whomever else is on?
I think any offense, any defense, any special teams, you need all 11 on the same page doing their job, and that's the coach's job. It's the player's job. It's all of us. So any success you're having as a unit is cohesion amongst all those guys.
No stuff, Sherlock. This dude, man, I cannot wait. It's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful day when this dude gets himself fired. It's gonna be a beautiful day. We will rejoice and celebrate. Now let's take a look at this here. And a quote here from 92.3 The Fan. We got Sports Tony, King Carmen, with Anthony Lima. And here it says, the question is, how are we not hearing that Shedeur is really good and the Browns are botching this? It doesn't seem like anyone feels like they're playing the wrong guy. It don't seem like that anybody feels like they're playing the wrong guy. Really? Really? Here we go. This is the anybody but Shedeur syndrome that a lot of these people suffer from.
Now that DePodesta's gone, if there's going to be a power struggle, if guys are going to start heading for the hills, right? if all that was going on behind the scenes in an irrelevant season in which they're not going to win games, how in the world are we not hearing from people that Shedeur is really good and the Browns are botching
I don't know. I don't know.
Wouldn't we be hearing that from somebody?
I think you would.
A lot of people have requested for Shedeur Sanders to play. A lot of people have. Y'all waiting on people in the organization to come out publicly and say he should be playing. They got a job they trying to keep too. Kevin Stefanski, once he goes, everybody is at risk of going. Everybody is. So at the end of the day, it's not a situation where people are just going to come out saying anything, doing anything. That's not the situation.
Defense too.
Well, wait a minute. What about Mary Kay?
Them.
Doesn't Mary Kay say he's good every time he comes on, or every time she comes on?
Yeah, but she also says Deshaun Watson is making big strides and is going to be ready.
Are they both making big strides?
I am not hearing.
Wait a minute.
That the Browns are making some egregious mistake by playing the guy that has some of the worst numbers in the NFL and has some of the laugh out loud, hilarious low light moments that we've seen.
We went from we wanted to skip over Shedeur Sanders to the point where we wanted y'all wanted Bailey Zappi. That's who y'all wanted as QB2. Now we're talking about Deshaun Watson. I mean, this is just a clown show.
At the early stages of a football career, I am not hearing that they're playing the wrong guy. We haven't heard it. Haven't seen it leaked. Haven't heard anybody on a podcast. These guys all have a way to get their message out. If it was so obvious, Albert Breer and Zach Jackson always say the same thing. Hold on, listen to me for a second. Stop.
You haven't heard anybody on a podcast say it? Are you watching?
Leave their cut sheet and listen to me. I have not heard, wouldn't you think, that the guys that say you can't lie to a locker room, you cannot trot out the wrong guy because a locker room will revolt. Where's the revolt? Where is it? Guys are still playing hard last week. Guys are almost playing too hard.
Of course, guys are good. They got paychecks to secure. They got mouths to feed. You think bro, what are you talking about? They trying to get future contracts. Of course they're going to play hard and try to look good at their job. Of course. But you know what happens when you check out? You get holding penalties when that's the only way they can get a first down. You jump off sides on 4th and 4 when you know they're not going to snap the ball. That is what starts to happen.
Where they're jumping off sides at the end of a game. Where is it? Where's the give up that, oh my God, there's going to be a mutiny in the locker room, in the building because they're playing the wrong guy? Because it doesn't seem like anybody thinks they're playing the wrong guy. It just doesn't seem that way.
That's 100% not true. But this guy, he's pushing narratives. He clown show.
Way. And the guy we're seeing is horrible. The guy we're seeing is getting humiliated day in and day out on social media. Almost to a cruel level.
But let me tell you this. If that's the case, then I can't do another one of these things. If this is the way it is, then I don't care. Put Bailey Zappi in there. Fine. If Shedeur is not ready, I can't stomach another week of this. You can't. Well, he's in there before he's ready to play. Clearly, he's in there before he was ready to play. I was wrong. I thought that they were at the end of it with Joe Flacco. The offense sucks. The players around him, I think they try. I don't think that it's the right type of players around him anymore. Some of them have gotten too old. Some of them, it just doesn't matter. That's an Andrew Berry thing now. You got rid of Joe Flacco, so it's not like you can put Joe back out there and then maybe give Dylan Gabriel a breather. So if you don't want to go directly to Shedeur, fine. Put Bailey Zappi out there and give Dylan a breather. Because this is bad. There is such a thing as, well, you're going to give him all this time. There's such a thing as, you want to talk about ruining a guy, you could ruin his experience. You could ruin his play.
I mean, this is nasty work, man. Nasty work, bro. If now we're talking about Bailey Zappies and all this stuff, man. At the end of the day, y'all know Dylan Gabriel is trash. Kevin Stefanski knows this was the wrong pick. His ego is getting in the way from righting his wrong. Get down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. This Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel.